nothing good in me. You are love on display for all to see. You are light when the darkness closes in. You are hope, you have covered all my sin. You are peace when my fear is crippling. You are true, even in my wandering. You are joy, you're the reason that I sing. You are life, in you death has lost its sting. Kiddo, I'm running to your arms, the riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. So you are more than my words will ever say. You are Lord, all creation will proclaim. You are here, in your presence I'm made whole. You are God, a whole else I'm letting go. I'm running to your arms, the riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world,
Sit back now for a study in true grit. It came on a cross-country track in Fresno, California. The state championship was on the line for a 16-year-old runner, her team, and her legendary coach. What happened there last Saturday afternoon was her gift to him.
And they are away.
Holland Reynolds is a running star, has been since the third grade, racking up hundreds of miles, scores of medals. But her state championship race last Saturday was unlike any other, the race of her life. It may also be the last for her coach, Jim Tracy.
He's the greatest cross-country coach in California.
Coach Tracy is also gravely ill. In June, he was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, a condition that's sucking the strength out of his once fit muscles. For now, he can still stand on the sidelines cheering on Holland and her teammates.
The girls' Division 5.
And that's just where he was during this extraordinary race on Saturday. Unusually cold, the weather caught Holland and her body off guard. With just half a mile to go, making her move from third place to second, Holland hit the wall. She thought she was still running.
This is the guts that cross country brings out in athletes.
This is very gutty here. All the way through, giving for her teammates. She's got about 30 meters to go.
993.
Holding together so well. Oh boy, about 5 meters. Hopefully she will get back up. There's a decision here if she gets assistance, of course.
This
decision time. They're asking her how she's feeling.
This is cross country.
If they touch her, that would be disqualify her. So they're asking her, can you make it? And look at her. Such a courageous effort trying to cross that finish.
The crowd is giving her all they can here at the finish.
As soon as she crosses, they will scoop her up and take her to the medical tent right away.
And there she did it.
That crawl secured the state championship for Holland's team. They celebrated in the back of her ambulance. One more win for Holland and the coach who taught her to never give up. And Holland Reynolds joins us now with Coach Jim Tracy from San Francisco. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for getting up so early.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Holland, I think I've watched that about a dozen times right now, and I still can't imagine what you were going through. We said in the piece that when it hit you, when you hit the wall, you thought you were still running, but what was going through your mind when you collapsed?
I was really confused why it had happened to me. I've been running since, I think, 3rd grade, and I'd never before felt that tired to the point of collapsing. So I was pretty confused at what was happening to me once I hit the finish line, and I fell. Really the only thing besides confusion that I could think about was just finishing, and finishing for Jim and for my team ultimately.
And Jim, you must have just been crushed when you saw her go down.
Well, we train all season, and Holland always delivers a lesson to us in fitness and athleticism. But I tell you, this time I guess it was time for a description of courage and determination, because it hushed the crowd. We stood and stared, and when she crossed the line, people were ecstatic.
So Holland, the one thing that really you did hold on to in your head is you knew you wanted to do it for Jim.
Yeah, I mean, the entire season, my team and I just really wanted to perform well for Jim and leave him in his last cross-country season with something to remember. And I think an example of that is before the race, we did our regular cheer, and then we also did a cheer for Jim. And we just really wanted to do well for Jim and leave him with a really great last season.
Coach, could you imagine a better gift?
Well, it was my 17th season, and I was incredibly, felt incredibly lucky to bring such a great team to the state meet. And then for them to overcome so much adversity, and for Holland to just, get across that line to show that, something must be done, she said, and she did it. It was, the parents, we were incredibly happy, at the award celebration.
Holland, it's clear how much you value Coach Tracy, but he's not a softie, is he? He's kind of tough.
He is pretty tough and extremely honest. That's the reason I think why our team does so well, because he's so honest and straightforward and also fair. He'll tell you if you didn't have a good race, he'll flat out say, you had a bad race and I want you to try harder the next time. And because of that, when you finally receive a compliment from Jim, you feel really good and want to keep on performing well. So, I mean, it's definitely his honesty and straightforward nature that makes our team so great over his 17 years of coaching. That's why 8 teams have won the state championship.
And Jim, now you're inspiring your runners not only with your coaching but also your example. How are you feeling these days?
Well, I got pretty rickety this fall, and the administration hired a couple of assistant coaches to help me around, and it was a challenge every day to make sure I was focused on what we had to do. But every day I got a reward because I get to deal with the greatest kids in the world.
Okay, well, Coach Tracy Holland, thank you very much. Thanks for the story. Thanks for sharing it today. And we want to tell all our viewers, thank you. The high school has set up a fund for Coach Tracy to help with expenses as he battles ALS. And you can get a lot more information on that. Find out how you can help on our website at abcnews.com/GMA.
You've heard it before. Life's a rat race, and everybody's out for himself. But one racer in Ohio proved sometimes a loser becomes a champ by giving someone else a leg up. 17-year-old Megan Vogel was running in the state meet in West Liberty, Ohio, the 3,200-meter race. That's a bit under 2 miles for the metrically challenged. She was pooped after winning the 1,600-meter race a half hour before, so she was way back in last place. That's when she saw the girl in front of her run into some trouble.
She was probably about 50 meters in front of me, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, and I saw her fall.
Now, she could have run past her and beat the fallen girl, but she didn't. She stopped, helped her up, and carried her to the finish line.
If you work to get to the point of the state meet, then you deserve to finish no matter who you are, and I was going to make that happen for her no matter what.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Not only did she carry her to the end, Megan made sure Arden McMath crossed the finish line first.
It was really emotional, and people came up to us in tears, just really moved by what Megan had done.
Blowhard Rush Limbaugh was less impressed, saying of Megan,
"If you don't learn to be competitive at some point in your life, you're going to be chewed up and spit out.
Yeah, he ought to try running a race. Official results put Arden 14th and Megan 15th, last place. But long after this meet is forgotten, Megan's winning act of compassion will be remembered. A shining example for everyone running their own race for that next piece of cheese.